Yay, we're live. Hey guys, welcome in. I'm sorry, I had to drink some water. I'm going to just get everything together, get a little bit organized for about 5 minutes, and then I will go ahead and start. Y'all know I will put the timestamps once the live is done and it starts, it's done processing and everything, and I can actually go back and timestamp it all. What else? I think that's it. I'm not going to this what to expect is going to go from the 6th to the 12th. Okay, I am fully aware that we have a full moon in Cancer coming up on the 13th. Has to have a video of its own. Has to. And that's just because of everything that is going on this week. I feel like is definitely connecting us to the full moon that we're going to be coming up on Monday. Okay, it's a full moon in Cancer on Monday, which, if you don't know, is Moon Day. It's Cancer's day. Like, it's literally, that day is literally ruled by the moon and is associated with Cancer energy. Let me post that I'm live because I didn't give a set time yesterday. I just told everybody I was going to be live today. Live now. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're in places where the weather is not crazy. Live now with expect. What is this? January 6th through the 12th. I should have shared the link. Let me do that. Please don't forget to hit the like button when you guys come in. Whether you're seeing this now, later, whenever you do, I appreciate it. All right, here we go. It would start getting super complicated as soon as I get on the live. Like, come on now. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Let's share it. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to sit up here and figure out how to share the live to everybody and let them know that I'm live. And I'm just acting like an old auntie on here. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right. I posted that. That just made me really laugh. Okay. So let me check the audio real quick too. Hold on 1 second. Okay, cool. The audio is good. I had to make sure I could hear it from my device. Okay, guys, I know it's Monday. I know it's a real random time to go live. But this is the time that I had available and the time that I had the energy. Okay. It's 3 main things that I really want to focus on this week. Okay. That is Mars is now in Cancer, still retrograde, but now in Cancer. Okay. Different vibration than what Mars was retrograding in Leo. And this is why I said when Mars goes into Cancer, it's going to get personal. It's going to get personal. Why do I say that? Because Cancer is associated with the home. It's associated with the 4th house. Natally, for everyone, it is associated with the 4th house. The 4th house is your home. The 4th house is your internal home, right? Like how you feel. It's your private life. The 4th house is your mother. Okay. The 4th house is your childhood. It can be experiences you had in childhood, how you were mothered, how you were nurtured. Are you catching the themes of Mars retrograde in Cancer? Okay, because Mars retrograde in Leo, what I noticed, I noticed the slight vibrational shift, right? I feel like I feel like when Mars was retrograde in Leo, it was that's fire energy, right? It's passionate, it's boom, it's in your face, it can be about ego hurts. The frustration, like I said, is very fiery, is very passionate. The vibrational shift, I started feeling it before Mars slid into Cancer overnight. Like I was feeling it yesterday, starting to feel that wounding, that Mars retrograde or frustration, whatever it is for everybody. I was starting to feel that turn very like sentimental. It started getting to like, okay, like, oh, why am I feeling like this? Like, why am I so butthurt? Like, why do I have frustration here? And listen, I'm going to try to connect this all together in a sensible way, but I'm not going to try to be overly perfect and analytical in every little detail, because if you haven't caught on to it, we are coming out of that energy. The South Node is going to hit Virgo this week. Perfectionism, forget about it. Okay. And we're talking about on a collective scale, but I haven't gotten to the nodes yet. Wait till I get to the nodes. Okay. But this Mars in Cancer, like, where is the wound stemming from? Some of y'all is going to take you back to your mom. It's going to take you back to your family of origin. It's going to take you back to your childhood, because essentially there is a wounding or something there, right? Something that has caused frustration somewhere where you have muted yourself, or you have not, exuded your full power. And I do feel like it is connected, to some type of wounding from the family, from the mother, from the feminine energy. If y'all remember, if y'all have been with me over the summer, I really tapped into those Cancerian energies when we were in Cancer season in 2024. I really tapped into that, and the mother wound was hugely emphasized. This disconnect that we have had from the feminine energy, and feminine energy is just creation energy. It's just creativity. It is imaginative. It is not thinking so linear and straight. And haven't we disconnected from that as a society? That is what we're going back into. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to segue into the nodes going into Pisces, North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo. Don't be surprised if the triggering comes up for you. Okay. And I'm going to get into the all signs. Everything's going to be timestamped, and I will get into it specifically for each person, what I'm seeing the triggering may be. Okay. Right. Because I don't have your exact chart and birth time and how everything was perfectly aligned for you, especially. But these wounds, these triggers, cry it out, let it out. But you got to keep going. You have got to keep going, because one thing Mars is going to do is he going to turn direct at the end of February, I believe, sometime in February. Don't quote me on that. And when he does, when he turns direct, he's going to go back over this territory. Okay. All right. Jumping the gun a little bit. I get so excited explaining this, because I know that these things, like, it's just, it is so helpful for us, y'all. Like, we all just have our own unique roadmaps, especially designed for us to get it in this lifetime, so it's just, I am so excited for all of us, especially when these nodes switch, man. Like, I'm excited for us, man. I am excited for us. Okay. Mars going back into Cancer. Now, we're also going to hit our opposition. Okay. I'm going to talk about that more next week as well, because that's when it will go exact, but we're feeling it. So Mars and the Sun will oppose each other next week. That's going to be a key point. Okay. So we have all these things happening with Cancerian energy. This is why I'm saying the Cancer full moon going to have its own video, because all of this is a precursor. Like, it's leading us up to it. It's giving us some hints. What is the full moon in Cancer going to be about for you? What is closing out? What wound have you finally got the understanding on? that now you can start to close it out the next 6 months. Okay. So we're going to have the sun oppose Mars next week. I will talk more in depth about that with the full moon in Cancer. But that is going to be very, very important because, like I said, although Mars is retrograde right now and you're feeling the feels, you're feeling triggered, you're feeling frustrated, Mars is going to go direct and he's going to retrace all of these steps, and you will know what to do because you addressed the wounding while Mars was retrograde. You have to keep going. So this is why don't give up right now. Okay? Don't give up right now. Guys. Okay. Make sure you guys hit the like button, please. Make sure you hit the like button. I do appreciate that. Okay. Mars is going into Mars is in Cancer right now. Mercury is going to go into Capricorn on the 8th this week. We'll talk a little bit about that, but I really want to focus on the water energy. Now, let's talk about the nodes going into Pisces this week. I have been talking about this before I even 11/11. Look at that. 11/11 on the time, and the nodes are going to change on 1/11. Like, I've been stressing so much even before I knew where the nodes were taking us. I have been stressing how important it has been for us to reconnect with our intuition. Do you know what your intuition sounds like? I'm burning some myrrh on the coal. So if you see a lot of smoke, it's coming from the cauldron. The nodes in Pisces are reconnecting us to our intuition. It's reconnecting us to our dreams. It's reconnecting us to blind faith, to hope, to optimism, to imagination, to creativity. And I feel like this past, I'm going to call it the past, 12-year cycle, right? Because I don't really align with us being in a new year per se yet. But that last 12-year cycle, I feel like with the North Node being in Aries, did you claim your sovereignty over this past year and a half? Do you understand the importance of your independence? I'm not saying you can't, co-create with people, but do you understand some of the toxic connections that were formed due to codependency, due to being overly dependent on people, i.e. your government, okay? i.e. the man. Y'all see how that's playing out? Just wait. So North Node in Pisces is really going to help us with that, because what I think, and I don't blame us, I know we talk about accountability, but the world that we have been living in thus far has not really been supportive of people being individuals, of people following their dreams, of people, diverting from the status quo, of people, going on their own paths. Like, there should be so many more different paths that we can take, and not just these set archetypes that we have to fit in. It's like you just choose A, B, C, or D. We are leaving that. And so if you were going through things this past 12-month cycle that you couldn't understand, like logically, it just didn't make sense. Your intuition was telling you quit your job. Your intuition was telling you leave that relationship. Your intuition was telling you all these things that you just could not understand. Well, why? This don't make sense. It wasn't supposed to make sense. The South Node is going into Virgo. You must do away with the perfectionism. It doesn't have to be so logical and practical, and every detail has to be explained to you. I'm sorry. And if you're going to hold on to that, you're going to struggle. Myself included. That has been one of my biggest struggles. And this is why I always stress, because it really hits home for me. Like, it really touches me deeply when I tell people when I explain, how children come out and you ask them, young child, ask them what they want to be. I mean, the possibilities that they just imagine. Astronaut, the president, they be making up jobs, you know. they be making up stuff. I want to build mailboxes, you know. Ask a child something like that, and then send them through school, send them through these different indoctrinations, and then ask them again. And then they might tell you something that they think is possible, that they think is doable. Why? Because their imagination has been null and void, done, or dulled, or diluted, right? You start getting told, don't believe in that. That's not realistic. You need to grow up. We're all about to grow down, okay? We're all about the Neverland. Neverland. What was that Peter Pan was in? Neverland? I don't know. We're all about to go there, though. So the heaviness, excuse me, of the South Node in Virgo is really going to push us towards that North Node in Pisces. It's time. So those things in this past 12-month cycle that did not make sense. And if you're just entering, I'm calling it a past 12-month cycle because I don't resonate with us being in a new year just yet, right? Until the spring equinox. So I just say the past 12-month cycle. Those things that did not make sense logically, I think are about to make sense once the North Node goes into Pisces, excuse me. The sign of faith, imagination, intuition, otherworldly intuition and communication. It don't make sense, but you feel it. But you know your heart telling you go this way. You know your intuition said leave that dude. You know it said to leave your job. You didn't know why, but you did it. And it's things like that I talk about that help you build your trust with yourself. If you never trust yourself and you never act on it, you're not building a strong connection with your intuition. You got to give it a chance. You got to give it a chance. Okay. So that's something I want to focus on for sure. The nodes, when I go into the all signs, these are things I'm going to be focusing on. The nodes going into Pisces, and subsequently the South Node going to be in Virgo. We already talked about Mars is now in Cancer retrograding, the triggering, the frustration. It has all become very personal now. Like now we feeling it. We're feeling the feels. We're getting to the root of it. Remember, Cancer and the moon have a lot to do with the mother, the feminine energy, women, your childhood, the past, your family, your mother's family, ancestors, generations. So do you understand how deep the wounding is? Okay. I'm going to repost the reading that I did in Cancer season. It was all about this. So for these energies to be in Cancer, and then we're about to have a full moon in Cancer come Monday. This is not coincidence. Pay attention this week in your life. Pay attention. Okay. And don't be afraid to face that wounding. Listen, I'm putting myself out there again. I am literally in it right now. This is me facing my wounding, like me coming here, being on live, doing this. This is me doing that. This is me being in the wounding, facing the wound, just being in it. Do not be afraid to go in the direction of the wound this week. You get wounded, keep going this week. You get your feelings hurt, keep going this week. Understand it is pointing you to the root of it. Who did it to you first? Okay. Take a deep breath. I need some water. I need some water. Okay. So that was a really big point I wanted to bring home, and I still have more downloads on it. I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all hearing all of this. This is just me messing with these coals over here. Like, come on now, not my lighter not working. Just relighting the coal. I even feel like, y'all, the energy that we're in right now, Because right now the node is still in Aries. It's sitting at that very last degree. It's about to slide on into Pisces. I even feel like the energy that we're in right now, top of the week, once the nodes switch, no. No, I'm hearing, why am I hearing that? I'm hearing Benny Siegel, I can feel it in the air. Okay, once those nodes switch, it's going to be a whole nother ball game. Okay. I'm not going to fumble with these colds right now. I think I got a bad batch of colds. Okay. So that's what I want to focus on going into the all signs. And let me make sure I just touched on everything. Also, okay, this is really big too. When the node does slide back into Pisces, okay, it's going to be close to Neptune. Neptune. I feel like we need to pay attention to Neptune this week. What is Neptune be trying to teach us, and wherever it is in your chart? When we go into the all signs, we'll talk about a little bit more for each sign what that has been, because once the node slides back into Pisces, it's going to conjunct Neptune. And how I get it is Neptune and Pisces. I mean, that's just an ideal placement, right? Neptune loves Pisces. I feel like we have wanted to have faith, but I feel like with Neptune being in Pisces, it can also be a lot. Although I feel like Neptune likes to be in Pisces, I think it can be so comfortable there that we can get maybe overly delusional and or we can feel like that, right? Like we want to have faith. We want to go in that direction of our heart, our dreams, but we're like, is this too much? Like, oh my God, I don't know. I'm scared, right? Because Saturn has been there too in Pisces. So I feel like when the North Node goes and conjuncts in Pisces, I feel like it's gonna be like I am seeing our heart center, like a beam shoot out. Like, no, this is the path. So that is going to happen. That's not happening this week. They're conjunct, but it's not exact this week. So we'll talk more about that next week. Okay. All right. I just want to talk about the vibration shift that we are going to be feeling when the nodes go into Pisces. And I feel like these are the moments we have been waiting for. So that autonomy that you acquire while the nodes have been in Aries, that independence that you have acquired, great. It's going to be a great lesson, because now that the nodes are going into Pisces, we need that individualism and leadership, rather, to go after our dreams. Okay. I'm going to pull a collective card, and then I'm going to get into the all signs. All right. The collective card pull is Circus of Love with the number 35 or 8. These cards are just so beautiful. Let's just look at it for a minute. Circus of Love. It looks like actually like New Year attire or something like that. I'm going to read it. It's the only one I'm going to read for the collective pull. So let's read it. Number 30, page 30. No, actually, it doesn't go that way. Let me look at the table of contents. Circus of Love, 103. All right. It says, love in all its forms is the ultimate prize in the game of life. But you've got to be in it to win it. North Node and Pisces. Your heart has got to be in it. That is why I feel like the North Node in Aries, for all of us, wherever it may have been in your chart, Aries is about leadership. It's about initiative. It is about autonomy and independence. Okay. And I feel like that has been a big lesson for the collective. Okay. Y'all see, we have divested from these systems. We have divested from the governments. Okay. We have started to trust in ourselves again, and our own knowledge and our ancestral knowledge that we can access at any time by going within through meditation, whatever your methods are. And the North Node in Pisces is just going to push us all as a collective to do that. Why is the lighting doing this? Why? Why YouTube? Why? Or is it my camera? I don't know. Okay. Forget excuses and open your heart to love, to life, to luck, to laughter. For the circus of love is rolling into your soul town, and it's time for you to be swept off your feet. I'm hearing it's so crazy. Oh my God. I'm hearing like it's faint in the back. It's like a radio station tuning in and getting clear. I'm hearing that song, Do You Believe in Magic? And I feel like as the node goes through Pisces, you're going to hear that get louder and louder, right? Obviously, that's a metaphor, right? Like that question will be posed to you over and over and over as the nodes move through Pisces. Do you believe in magic? And the more that you lean into it, the louder it's going to grow. Until your ass is just out on the street screaming, do you believe? Okay. It says love has so many ways to touch your soul and heal your heart. Love is the power that moves us beyond our individual concerns or doubts. Listen, hold on. Sweeping us up into a divine field of energy that feels amazing. Aries, right? That's where the nodes are, is about single, individual, autonomy, sovereignty. That's why I feel like it was important for the nodes to go through Aries this past year and a half for all of us. We had to reclaim our sovereignty, to attach to people, to attach to the external world, to attach to only the things that you can see. So this was purposeful for the nodes to move in that way. And then now they're going to go into Pisces, and with Pluto and Aquarius, power to the people, this is going to push us back out into more aligned groups, aligned connections, partnerships, relationships, jobs, careers. Okay. Families, soul tribes, soul families. Okay. Love wants to flow through you, to create through you, to express itself through you. You are a love child of the divine, and love is at the core of your being. Sometimes you'll feel very close to this love, swimming in it, or like it is a fountain gurgling up from inside. At other times, you'll feel as though you cannot quite remember what it is to feel loving, to be loved. That's something I experience a lot while trying to get back to this energy. And I feel like Mars retrograde in Cancer is bridging us back to the feminine, to the mother energy, to creation energy, to imaginative energy. Go back and watch that reading that I did and understand how we got disconnected from it in the first place. This is another major key to that healing. Okay. Then it is time to stop looking for love in all the wrong places. South Node in Virgo. We're going to talk about that. Okay. South Node in Virgo is rolling in at the 10 of Pentacles, where it's sitting, right at the 29th degree, 10 of Pentacles, North Node in Pisces, 10 of Cups. South Node, the 10 of Pentacles in Virgo. The material is too heavy. It's too heavy. It's time to go more towards the 10 of Cups. What actually makes you happy, though? What are you actually passionate about, though? The South Node is saying, fuck all that heaviness in Virgo, wherever that might be for you. You got to get out of the material. Stop being so consumed with the material, with the external, what you can see. And That's going to become too heavy. It's going to be too dense. That energy is going to become way too dense. You're going to be forced to be more imaginative, more creative, more fluid, more fun. Me. I need that. Okay? From the kindness, sweetness, affection, and warmth within your own heart, you will find great reserves of energy, creative confidence, and bold trust to open your heart to love, to life, to your own unfolding life journey. So do not turn away where your heart wants and needs to go. Pay attention this week, Mars retrograde in Cancer. If your feelings get hurt, don't brush it off. Pay attention. Don't overreact. Mars in retrograde can beat a bitch up too. Okay. Don't do that. Please don't do that. And then come back and say that I told you to do. Don't do that. But Mars retrograde in Cancer can, they showing me somebody that's like, okay, don't do it. But if your feelings get hurt, pay attention. Pay attention to the wounding. Okay. Pay attention to your interactions with your mother. Okay, pay attention to the familial wounds. That's all connected to Cancerian energy. That is all connected to fourth house energy, which Cancer naturally rules. Okay? Okay. Let your mind relax. Hello. Have we not been talking about that? Let your mind relax. It doesn't, oh my God. Please, if you coming in late, please rewind to the beginning of this because I literally just said this. Okay? Thank you so much, Spirit, because this is so personal for me, y'all. Man. Let your mind relax. It doesn't need to understand everything or be in control. South Node in Virgo. Of the process of falling in love with life, with the person, with yourself, with your purpose. In fact, if you are to truly fall in love, then your mind will not feel in control at all. Ain't that how I feel when y'all say y'all be in love? Do we have that same relationship with life, with ourselves? And that's what we're getting back to. But we have to trust ourselves to allow our higher self to take us on that journey, show us what it's like. We have to trust ourselves. And I think, North Node in Aries, it helped a lot of us out because Aries is a fierce mother sign. Okay, it's a fierce fire sign. So wherever that has been for us, like for me, for example, it's been in my 6th house, and I've been getting my groove back when it comes to the workforce or my daily life, my routines and stuff, more autonomy, more assertive, where I need to be, making my own decisions, making decisions that are best for me, only considering myself. Oh my God, the luxury of that. And we should have all been experiencing that form of autonomy, that sense of self-power. Okay? Not having to have people, the external validation. And that's also going to South Node in Virgo. Trying to be perfect and all this, and you're not going to get that. South Node in Virgo, we are not going to get that. Perfectionism, North Node in Pisces won't have it. Okay, let me wrap this up, and then I'm going to go ahead and start getting into the all signs. I'm not going to be able to timestamp it, guys, until it's over, because when you do live, you got to process and yada, 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 and all this stuff. Okay. The heart has its own wisdom and special type of feeling intelligence. And y'all know they say the heart is like a second brain, right? The heart, the stomach, it's one of those. It knows how to be swept away. It understands the difference between unhealthy obsession, South Node in Virgo, which prevents you from resolving the underlying issue of pain. It's like this is just this is literally like this was a random card pull I just decided to do for the collective. It just reiterated the first 30 minutes of this live that I just talked about, the vibrations that we are coming into. Oh my God, the underlying issue of pain and healthy, passionate, fierce devotion to that which sets your soul on fire. That's the only way forward, y'all. Like, I mean, you can go another way, right? Of course, we always have free will. You can choose to go another way, right? But that is the only way forward to change. That is the only way forward to where you're trying to go. To get to your dreams, you better go towards that thing that set your heart on fire. The days of us having to do stuff like, oh, well, I got to do it because, you got to get paid and all this other stuff. It's just so heavy. Okay? Oh, Rachel. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Rachel. Shout out to you. Rachel's been, I don't mean to put you on blast, so I won't do it for long, but so supportive all the time. Your energy, love it. So accountable. I love it. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, Rachel. And let me know what you think of your sign when I read it later. Okay. Okay, yeah, you got to go into the way that sets your soul on fire, guys. You just have to. You have to go in the way of your dreams. The universe will have no more of this. It will have no more of this heaviness. No more of this. You can't follow your dreams because this world told you that it wasn't possible. Told you it wasn't a real job. Told you whatever the dream, whatever the thing is, right? For everybody, I know it's not work and stuff, but just whatever it is. But for a lot of people, it is, because a lot of these systems are crumbling. Hello, Pluto and Aquarius. What's your dream? What you really want to do? The universe is making a way for you. It ain't gonna do it all though. You really have to believe. Okay. All right. Okay. So trust what your heart loves. But if you don't know yourself, if you're not trusting your intuition, you won't know what your heart loves. You won't trust it enough to go in that direction. You'll keep saying, and if that's the case, then that means that what the outside is telling you, you put more value on that, on somebody else telling you, oh no, you should do this, or somebody else telling you, no, this is what's best for you. Then that means you just put more weight on that. Simply put, that's just all that means. And that's okay. That's just more lesson to learn. That's okay. Okay. So trust what your heart loves, what moves your heart, what makes it beat faster and love more. Then you will find that all sorts of strange wonderfulness, creative chaos, and bold color emerge from within and dances around you. Remember I said the past 12-month cycle, i.e. 2024, a lot of people were making decisions. I was making decisions that my intuition, my higher self was guiding me through. And I'm just like, well, this don't make sense. Like, why are you telling me to leave here and not just got and I literally jumped timelines like 3 times the past 12-year cycle. My intuition, the higher self was telling me to do stuff. It did not make logical sense whatsoever to me. But coming as these nodes get closer to Pisces, I'm like, oh, you sneaky little dog, you higher self. I see what you were setting up. They setting up the play. Okay, your higher self is setting up the play. Please trust your higher self. Please trust your intuition. It is setting up a play that you just can't even imagine. You actually can imagine it. You just don't believe it because the world told you that your imagination is just that, for fun. Okay. And that's why we need the North Node to go back into Pisces, because it is not. Okay. Your life may begin to feel like a circus. Is this just copying me or what? Like, but what could be a better circus than a circus of love? Okay. All right. We're getting to the end of it. If you have been struggling in matters of the heart, the circus of love indicates that a heart healing is happening, and your experience of love is about to become more vibrant, exciting, and playful, and perhaps even somewhat unconventional or unusual. Pluto and Aquarius is helping us out, showing us the possibilities. Pluto and Aquarius is changing humanity, is helping us. That's what I'm saying. The universe is making a way. It is making a way for the North Node in Pisces for your dreams. It's making a way for you to be more creative. It's making a way for you to trust yourself, to trust where your heart's trying to guide you. Okay, Pluto's helping us. All right, it's gonna shake some shit up. Y'all seen it? Y'all seen these systems crumbling? You seen your faves being taken down a notch, getting humbled, because anybody can get it in order to bring what we need back into balance for the greater of all. Anybody can get it. Okay, you and me. Anybody can get it. No one is above it. Okay. All right, last thing. It also indicates that a love, this is random. Okay, let's see. It also indicates that a love affair with a person, place, or thing is about to begin or deepen. It's time to let yourself be swept off your feet and to lose your head to love. Actually, that kind of resonates. Okay, so that's our collective pull, our collective read. I'm gonna keep this out, Circus of Love, because I might reference it throughout all of our readings because that was just so good. All right, I'm gonna keep that up, and then I'm about to just give me like 3 minutes so I can regather my energy, get some water, and then we're about to jump into these all signs. Okay, put my cards back. I really wanted to have my coals burning. I'm really kind of like, I'm low-key salty. I'm low-key salty that it's not burning. Like, did it go out? Yeah, that thing's cold. I might have to light me another one in here, y'all. Hold on. I will timestamp the this little break. I just want to make sure, it's very important for me to make sure that I ground in between readings, because I get so excited. I get so many messages and I can just start to feel really light and lightheaded sometimes. So, and then like the lives are different because you feel energies. I get nervous, you know, so I just have to make sure that I'm staying grounded so that I can stay in my authentic self. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I really do want to try to light this. It doesn't take long at all. And then we'll go ahead and jump into the all signs. Please hit the like button. I know it's so easy to forget, so no judgments. See it lighting. If you're coming in, guys, hit the like button. Hit the like. True. Hold on, guys. It's almost burning. It has to stop popping, and then it'll be good. Next. Maybe I need some better coals. If y'all know, let me know. What kind of coals do y'all use in your cauldron? Cauldron or cauldron? What do y'all call it? And I think this is my last coal too, so I need to go get some more. So let me know what kind of coals y'all use. All right, it's burning. Let's put some myrrh on there. Some incense. I think it's like frankincense and myrrh together. I use this kind. This is kind that I got. The 3 Kings. All right, let's put it on there. Might blow out a lot of smoke at first. That's just such a vibe. Just burning the incense like how they used to do back in the day. It just feels so, I don't know. It feels like it just connects you to another time. I like that. Okay. And Mars retrograde in Cancer, we're feeling all the ancestral feels and whatnot. All right. I'm ready. Let's go ahead. We're about to go ahead and get into the all signs portion. And we're going to start with Capricorn because we're still in Capricorn season. Happy birthday. We are actually still in a Capricorn moon cycle until we get to, we're still in that Capricorn new moon cycle until we get to the full moon in Cancer. I am going to get my chart up. I am not able to share it on the screen just yet, but that ain't going to stop anything. I'm not able to do that because I'm not streaming from OBS like I usually do. I'm streaming straight from the tube. All right, Capricorn, let's get your chart up. Let's talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. All righty. All right, so the things that I want to focus on, like I said, I want to focus on Mars retrograding back into Cancer. Okay, let's look at that for you guys. Now, we talked about this, right? This is in your relationship house, one-on-one relationship. So it could very much be your romantic partner, but this house also includes contracts between you and another person. So it could be work or somebody like a business partner that you have a contract with too. Okay, I'm on Capricorn rising or sun, guys. Okay, and this is the first sign that I'm doing since the collective read. If you're just coming in, please hit the like button. Okay. So Mars is now in that house retrograding. Don't be surprised. Also, Mars rules naturally your fourth house because your fourth house is Aries. Okay. Also Scorpio, but I want to focus more on Aries because for you, that is the natal home of Cancer, right? So in just a regular chart, it starts with Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, fourth house. Something about your relationships, okay? Something could come up with your mother, especially. There could be some tension or frustration that has been brewing there, and you're getting some insights. Mars is also gonna trine Neptune. I knew it, okay? I think there could be some things coming to light for you, Capricorn, about, again, the way that you think and how that has affected how you operate in relationships or what you accept in relationships. I'm hearing a doozy. Some of you feel like you don't even, I don't know, like some of you, it's almost given like you've been asleep or something like that, or you know, people in your relationships could make you feel like powerless. Okay. And that wounding, you need to look at where that wounding comes from, because for some of you, it could very well come from your childhood. It could come from your mother. Okay. And I'm saying that for you specifically because of your fourth house. You have Chiron in the fourth house. There is some type of wounding from the mother, from childhood, from how you truly feel about yourself. Okay. Now for you, let's talk about, as I shuffle for you and pull your cards, let's talk about the North Node going into your third house. It's coming out of your fourth house, where you should have gathered a strong sense of self, really being true to yourself and your emotions, who you truly are, and allowing that to showcase itself in the 10th house rather than some type of image that you just want to portray, but it's not really who you are in your private life. Now, with this moving into your third house, this newly assured sense of self can now go into the depths of your like practical, logical mind, right? And maybe change the way that you think on an everyday basis. Perhaps you will begin to become more dreamy, right? Because then Neptune, all right, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but you might be able to become more dreamy, more active. Your mind is, let me see, I'm hearing the words less stagnant, right? Maybe you're able to start acting on certain ideas, okay? And I feel like the South Node in the 9th house for you is even more, not worrying about what people think of you, okay? And it's also going to South Node in the 9th house is also going to challenge some of the philosophies that you hold about life that have affected the way that you think on an everyday basis. Okay. And I always say that the 9th house is like these God concepts that we have, right? Like it's like those cliche sayings, like treat others the way you want to be treated. Blood is thicker than water. It's like those type of philosophies on life that can kind of govern how we go about our life. But you might need to change that. Okay. You need to rework that. You need to put your own philosophy, your own spin on that. The sun is in your sign, in your first house. Mercury will be in your first house. Okay. Let's get the rest of your cards out here. What's the next thing to happen for Capricorn? So Wands and the guidance. The Magician. Bottom of the deck is the 5 of Wands. You can't really see it. I'm sorry. It's kind of like whited out. Broken nail. I really see that frustration in your 7th house in these one-on-one relationships, Cappy. You have the 4 of Wands here. I thought this was the 2 of Wands. This is the 4 of Wands. That's family. That's foundation. That's 4th house energy. That's what I'm talking about. That is It's connected to Cancer energy, but it's Aries. Where does Aries for you? Your fourth house, the house of family, the house where Chiron is. There is a wounding. Knight of Swords in reverse, Eight of Wands in reverse that has prevented you from moving forward at full speed. From the Eight of Wands upright is about momentum. It's about fast forward momentum, forward direction. The Knight of Swords in reverse to me feels like it was the way maybe you were spoken to. Okay, because you have Mercury going to go opposite the moon the end of the week. And the moon will be in Cancer. And that's right before we have the full moon in Cancer. Something about that Mercury opposition to the moon is very important. How are you spoken to every day? Or what? Because, why is that important? Because what did we just talk about your third house? The North Node's about to go into there. What's the third house? The mind. When we are spoken to, or when we hear things in our daily life and childhood every day, those are the things that program us. Right? If you hear I love you every day from your family, that's something that programs you. You feel love. Oh, my mama tell me she loved me every day. Like, whatever it is. Or if you don't hear it, it's something there. And it could be triggered in your partner, or you could trigger your partner. For some of you, it could be if you have a partner, right? Like if you're with somebody, it could be your partner's mother too. Okay. Now, clarify this Ace of Wands as the next thing to happen for my Capricorns, please. It is. Oh, the Strength card. I love it. I love it. And I feel like, oh my God, in the Lovers, oh my God, you're going to exercise your power. So this Mars retrograde in your seventh house, I feel like it's going to heal your assertiveness in your relationships. Now, you might have to set some things straight in that first relationship that created the wound. Now, if that's an ex or something like that, which 9 times out of 10, it's not. 9 times out of 10, our wounding does not just come from these relationships that we think it does. It usually comes from childhood or somewhere way, way back. Okay, now you might have to address that. Okay, the Strength card and the Ace of Wands here, but this is a new day. You will not be walked over or talked over. Talked about, nothing. Okay, Strength card and the Ace of Wands, and someone's going to feel that power, and Mercury is in your sign. You also, I feel like Capricorn could have dealt with a lot of emotional manipulation from people. People abusing their emotions, right? It's giving somebody who like cries to get out of some shit that they did. You know what I'm saying? But that could go really deep for you. Like maybe that started in childhood or something. I'm just trying to throw some things out there. I'm not saying like this your life story and you got to align with it. Definitely not. But these are just some themes. Okay. Okay. Clarify the Magician as their guidance. Because the North Node in Pisces for you is about to get dreamy. I feel like if you have a dream about being online or something like that, growing an online community, you could definitely do that. You just got to get creative. Just be creative. Okay, the Magician and the Five of Wands, whatever conflict that takes place, if it's like an argument or a struggle of power or whatever it is a major key, the Magician. It is making something happen for you. 5333 on the time, 333. It is I'm hearing gateway. Like whatever this is a rite of passage. It's a time for you to maybe speak up. It's a time for you to, the Strength card, have courage, have bravery to say what needs to be said. The Strength card is Leo. That's your 8th house. Maybe it's some deep stuff you need to be saying or speaking. Okay. I think that's what I have for you, Capricorn. Let me see. Anything else for Capricorn before we wrap? Yeah, the 9 of Pentacles in reverse and the 2 of Pentacles. Anything that has made you feel like you are not enough. Where did that start? And they're just throwing things at me, like people who misplaced their frustrations on you, took it out on you. you know, those themes could come back in your relationships as Mars retrogrades through your 7th house. But this is a time to take your power back. Because again, Mars is going to retrace those steps. And that time he won't be retrograde. He's going to be moving forward and he will be more powerful. And I think for some of you, that might be this. So this might for you guys be that. But you're finding that strength now. You're healing that now with this Mars retrograding through your 7th house and your relationships. Pay attention to your interactions. All right. That's what I have for you guys. We're going to go ahead and move to Aquarius. Just keep it rolling. We're rolling now. We're on the all signs. Okay, guys, I'm going to Aquarius. I just started the all signs portion. And I started with Capricorn. Okay, let me get some water. Water's so good. Okay. Aquarius. Mars is retrograding now in your 6th house of everyday habits, health, work, because that's something you do every day, right? Your routines. Okay. And I got the chart skipped ahead a little bit because I want to see the nodes, which later this week are going to go into Pisces, and that's going to be in your 2nd house, your assets. Okay. It's a money house, but it's assets. It's your self-worth. All right. So let's start with Mars retrograde in your 6th house, your health. Pay attention to it. Pay attention to your health. Pay attention to where you've been holding on to shit in your everyday life that's now starting to affect your health. Grudges, anything from that 7th house, because that's where Mars just came from. It just came from your house of relationships. If you're holding grudges, I think you need to let them go. Okay. I think that will happen naturally with inner work. Okay, because I say that because the sun's in your 12th house too. Hidden enemies. You had a new moon in Capricorn. We're still in that cycle. And we're going to have a full moon in Cancer in your 6th house. So something is closing out in the 6th house in the daily life. Could be a routine. You're switching things up. Okay. Mars also naturally rules your 3rd house. This could have to do with, there could be wounding connected to your siblings. There could be wounding connected to communities, being a part of communities. Okay. And that's where some of that frustration from your relationships could come from as well. I feel like the North Node going into your 2nd house is going to help with your self-worth. Because, okay, I think it's going to support you too, Aquarius, and you feeling different. Okay, some of you have felt very, very different. Some of you may have even felt outcasted. I'm looking at Uranus in your 4th house. Neptune in your 2nd house. Some of you have been, questioning, not so sure about your self-worth, not so sure about the things that you have, and if they if they amount to anything, if they, because the 2nd house is about assets. It's about like what we have, what we've acquired. And I think when you have that North Node conjunct Neptune in that 2nd house, your vibration is going to change. And I feel like you could also place less emphasis on the things that don't matter. Like, because the South Node is going to go into your 8th house. So share resources and things that you share with other people and institutions and stuff. It's just not going to be as important anymore. North Node is going to be in your 2nd house. It's going to be about you acquiring, it's going to be about your assets and what you have and what you can acquire and your self-worth. And it's not going to be about that and what they want. And, okay. You have the Hermit, 4 swords in reverse, the Chariot. What's the next thing to happen for Aquarius? The Fool. Good. The North Node is wrapping up its transit in Aries. It's the guidance, justice, and that's the South Node in Libra. That's where the nodes are right now as I speak. On the 11th, they will be in a completely different place. Bottom of the deck is the 10 of Cups, and that is where the node is going to be. The North Node is going right there to the 10 of Cups, 29 degrees of Pisces. That is the 10 of Cups. Okay, let me look at this energy. You got 4 major arcanas out here. Some of you might be resting for a while. Some of you might not. I don't know if you're not working. Okay, Mars retrograde in the 6th house, something's going to slow down in the everyday life. And this is showing me that. But with the Hermit, because the 4 of Swords is in reverse, right? The sun is in your 12th house. So there, you're slowing down to kind of go into your subconscious, right? There's a certain way maybe that you've been thinking, or a certain type of programming, okay? Because the Hermit here, the Chariot, this is inner movement. This is inner movement for you. Inner. Okay, Black Moon Lilith is going to be in your 10th house of your reputation, your image, how you're seen, your career, your work. Are you the bad guy now for thinking about yourself, for making sure you're good? I'm hearing a severance. Some of you, again, this could be being out of work for some type of health-related thing. You better take care of you. You better take care of you. Okay. Next thing to happen with the Fool. Clarify. Queen of Cups in reverse. Period. Period. That's what I feel like. You're going to, I feel like the North Node wrapping up for you is really trying to get you to understand that it needs you to think about you in this area of your life. And I think you're finally getting that. A lot of us are finally getting some type of concept that the North Node has been directing us to now that it's about to leave. So it's sitting at those last degrees, or early degrees rather, because it goes backwards. Okay, clarify the guidance, okay? Because the guidance is justice. That's the South Node. And for you, that's the 9th house. And the Death card in reverse here. Yeah. 2 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Clarify Death in reverse. The Star. Wow, that's you. A lot of major arcanas out here. This is about, okay, I got it. It's not about keeping the peace outside of you. If you don't have peace within you, this is slowing you down so you can get some peace within yourself, within that subconscious mind. In that 12th house, this is slowing you down. You need to be at peace with self. Okay, Aquarius. You don't have to make sure everybody else out there is good and make sure they're at peace and all that. No. So I don't know. This week, you need to be focused on making sure you're at peace. Making sure that you are at peace, that your mind is at peace. Okay, that is what the North Node, I feel, in the 3rd house is wrapping up for you. For some of you now, this is more mundane. For some of you, it could be that you're wrapping up some type of writing thing, some type of online project. Okay. North Node going into the 2nd house. Maybe that thing gonna make you some money. Okay, but you got to believe in it. You got to believe in it. You got to believe in it. Okay. You got to believe in it. So for some of you, if you were going to put something out, okay, they're giving me that as a little download. If you were going to put something out in reference to this project, Mars retrograde might slow that down, get more in tune, feel it from your heart space. It's going to be very purposeful. It's going to slow you down so that do you actually believe in this thing before you put it out? Because the universe wants it to be successful just as you do. All right. That's what I have for you. I love you. I pray these messages find you well, help, and heal. All right. We are going to get to Pisces. Get some water. Pisces, the star. The nodes are going to be going into your sign this week. The dreamers, helping us believe and dream again in our imagination. Again, we thank you for your service, Pisces. Okay. Okay, let's look at Mars retrograde for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get the cards out here so we can go ahead and get you spread and get the energy moving. Mars retrograde is retrograding in your 5th house now. It just came out of your 6th house where you could have been dealing with health things. Your daily routines were slowing down. Now it's in the house of children. If you have children, there could be some frustrations there. Things could be slowing down there. Things could be slowing down creatively. You could feel creatively blocked. It is a wounding there. It is a wounding, okay? If there's a creative block, there could also be some frustrations in romantic dating, okay? Or if you have a business, okay? Because the 5th house can be about entrepreneurial endeavors. Okay. The North Node is about to go into your 1st house. Talk to Aries. Aries had this in their 1st house, and now it's leaving there and going into yours. It's all about you, because the South Node is going to be in your 7th house. Where have you been overgiven in your relationships? Where have you been self-sacrificing? That's about to change. And now you have the self-worth to help you change that, because the North Node is leaving your 2nd house of self-worth. Some of you will help you acquire assets or showed you the path to acquiring assets of longevity. Chiron is still there in your 2nd house. So, you're still working on some wounding there, but the North Node going through there has taught you a lot. Okay. Talk to me for Pisces. Nine of Cups, the King of Pentacles here. Yeah, self-worth. Nine of Cups, the King of Pentacles, feeling stable. Oh, yes, this is so purposeful. Oh my God, because the South Node was in your 8th house of shared finances. So you were breaking away from these relationships already that you were sharing things with, or you may have been codependent in, or people were codependent on you. You were already breaking away from those with the South Node in your 8th house. Now that South Node is going into your 7th house. Get them out of here. Now they got to go. Y'all have already broken the ties, okay, that kept you together, because that's what the 8th house is, shared things, right? And now it's going into the 7th house. The relationship itself, okay, will be tested. The relationship itself. I heard the thread of the relationship itself, okay? And I'm hearing, people, will they be able to support you? Okay, 6 of Wands in reverse. Will they be able to support you? Because some of you, it's like I'm hearing you weren't winning being connected to something else or a certain institution or that 8th house energy. That's why the South Node was there. It wasn't helping you win anymore. That's what the South Node is. We don't need it anymore. We need to change it. We need to transform it. Okay. And for you guys, it could have definitely been like, you could have been dealing. Yup. Okay. Yeah. I didn't even pay attention to your 11th house. The sun is there. Mercury is there. It's definitely involving other people, groups, associations. Y'all might not have been on the same page anymore. You got creative ideas. You want to express. They don't want to take them. You got to leave, just things like that. Now you're going to see who really supports you in that. Who's really the op? Literally. North Node, South Node are opposite each other. What's the next thing to happen? The Strength card. Ooh-wee. Second person who got this as the next thing to happen. Capricorn got that too. And the High Priestess. Oh, well, we add a little flair of you, Pisces. The High Priestess, that's you. You get the strength and courage to follow your own intuition. Look what's behind that. The Chariot. Mars retrograde is in Cancer now. That's the Chariot. Mars is in your 5th house of self-expression. Some of you, you're getting away from a partner, and There could be some type of frustration if you have a child together. That child could demonstrate some frustration or something like that. It's the guidance. The Nine of Wands and the Queen of Cups. You fought like hell to get here. I don't know why I'm hearing the storm is over now. Queen of Cups and Four of Pentacles. But I also feel like they are warning you, not in a bad way, that the boundaries and self-preservation, Queen of Cups, Four of Pentacles, that you're going to have to start tapping into and exuding, it can be hard. It's going to be hard, Nine of Wands, because this is going to be including people that you care about or that meant something or means something to you because of that 7th house opposition of one-on-one relationships. But just because something is hard doesn't mean we don't do it. Anything else? The Two of Pentacles, yep, and the Page of Wands. Don't let it make you flip-floppy. Okay? I literally heard these people are going to show you exactly who they are. There will be no reason to flip-flop other than you wanting to just hold on to it out of, ego. Not being able to believe that, oh my God, no, not them. Whatever it might be. Okay. That's what I have for you, Pisces. I appreciate you. I pray these messages find you well, help, and heal. Let's go to Aries. All right, Aries, let me get your chart up. Okay. Okay, Aries. Mars just left your 5th house, retrograding. It was retrograding your 5th house of creative expression, children, romantic partners, entrepreneurial endeavors. And now it's in your 4th house where shit's getting personal. For you guys, you have one of the most ideal charts because everything is in its natural place. So for a lot of you, it does have to do with your mother. It has to do with children, okay? Because of this Mars going from 5th to the 4th house, it has to do with family, okay? And you guys have been the ones who have been trying to get from under this influence of family, or I'm going to say it, the burden of family, okay? I'm just going to say that. If it doesn't resonate, cool. But I see it, okay? Oh, I just hit a wire. Did I? Okay. The South Node is leaving your 7th house of those relationships that were feeling heavy. Did you get made aware? Were you made aware of those relationships? That felt super heavy, okay? Because now, South Node in the 6th house, we're about to see how this heaviness affects your daily life, your health. Get on top of it. Okay, North Node going into the 12th house, it's about to get real woo-woo. It's about to get real spiritual. And so the North Node in your 1st house was or should have been very helpful in helping you define who you are and putting yourself first. And I feel like you need that strength. I feel like the North Node going into your 12th house is really going to dig up the underworld. It's going to dig up the subconscious patterns that came from your mama, that came from your family, that came from, that created this burdensome energy, that created this energy that makes you feel tethered to people that you don't have to be tethered to. It's just an indoctrination. It's a subconscious patterning, okay, that you're going through. Now, also, this is going to call you out on overworking, Aries. When the South Node goes into your 6th house, it's going to call you out on overworking. Okay. And it might put you on a career path, or you might start to think of a career path that is more spiritual, that is more aligned with your spirituality or where you're going spiritually. Okay, Nine of Swords, Six of Cups, and the Lovers. Yeah, and the Devil. The lovers have been toxic. They've been toxic. And with the South Node in the 7th house, you give more to them than they have given to you. An imbalance. Okay. What's the guidance? Excuse me. Next thing to happen. The Moon in reverse. Talk about it, talk about it. That's what they said. Okay, we have a full moon in Cancer coming up. I'm not including it in this video. However, a lot's going on in the sign of Cancer that we need to pay attention to because it is connected to the wounding that we need to address with Mars retrograde there. For you, with the moon in reverse, there could very well be something that happens with your emotions. You have Mercury opposite the moon later this week, after the nodes have gone into Pisces. And for you, okay, it could be that you are finally expressing something that is on your mind, but it could be in a very explosive way. Mars trining Neptune, because you are uncovering the subconscious patterning that has kept you tethered to things that actually frustrate you, or people that actually frustrate you. It's actually reminding me of when it's giving, I'm going to post the meme and I'll say that it's specific to you guys, but it's reminding me of when Toni Braxton, when they had that therapy session with Iyanla, and she was saying, you know what, honestly, if my family was not my family, like, they would not be my friends. Like, she was like, I don't like anyone in my family. Like, if we were not family, we would not be friends. Like, like if they were just random people on the street that I met, like, our vibes would not match. We would not end up being friends type of vibe. And that's how I could sum this up. What's the guidance? The Fool. You have the go ahead in the Chariot on the bottom of the deck. That Mars retrograde in your 4th house. Yes, the wounding did come from where you think it came from. And the Fool here, like, you are given this, I feel like Spirit is saying, this is your hall pass, your infinite hall pass. This ain't no just a hall pass for a day. This is your infinite hall pass to drop that burden, whatever it is. Get these folks back their baggage, their emotional baggage that they have put onto you. Okay. For some of you, this could be like a mother figure or something like that. It's also given something else that they're giving me intuitively. It's given like like when a mom will tell a little boy that he's the man of the house, it's kind of given that wounding. And then you feel indebted to her for the rest of your life, like you're her hubby. I don't mean any offense. I'm just giving the vibes that they're giving me. I'm just trying to make it make more sense. Okay. So yeah, you got the green light with the Fool here. Go on your own path. And that's what the North Node in Aries is wrapping up for you. And you're going to feel that shift on the 11th, maybe more so on the 12th, but you're going to feel that shift. And I think once the North Node conjuncts Neptune in your 12th house, you won't feel so guilty about leaving certain people behind and certain things behind. All right. So that's what I have for you, Aries. We're going to go ahead and get to Taurus. I appreciate you. I pray these messages find you well. Don't forget to hit the like button. All right, Taurus, let me get your chart up. I can't show it, but I am looking at it. All right. Okay, Taurus, you have Mars retrograding in your 4th house. That's the house of family, the mother, your emotions, your private life. And now it's retrograding back into Cancer in your 3rd house of the mind, community, online communities, short trips, things like that. Watch it when you're driving. Okay. This could be watch your car, get your car checked. If you need an oil change, keep the maintenance up, do all of those things. Well, Mars, this is retrograde through your third house. Okay. Now, on a deeper level, you could be starting to understand or uncover some wounding in your mental programming, like how you think, and then how you can think and then spiral, right? Because essentially that's what I get with Mars retrograde in the fourth house too. But you can also, this again, we're getting to the root of the wound. Okay, so you can maybe see where there has been some type of like mental programming or something that is kept that promotes frustration, right? You're not able to express yourself. You're not able to be passionate. You're not able to be authentic. It just feels very stifling. Okay. And I'm looking at Capricorn in your ninth house. The sun's there, Mercury is there. It could be due to okay. They say you're revamping your image. Oh, yeah. Uranus in the first house. Okay. It could be due to you being told that you have to look a certain way, or you have to live your life a certain way, or you have to have this type of job, or, you have to be a doctor. So, you can be seen as successful or something like that. Because the North Node is going into your 11th house. Your hopes and dreams, it's going to change. The direction of your life is going to change. I know I'm just saying this so casually. It's going to change. It's going to change. It's going to change. Some of you are heading towards a career shift. The Empress, the Strength card, the Six of Wands, the Star. Like, what? What's the next thing to happen? And Neptune could have been trying to get you to believe in different possibilities. Page of Pentacles, next thing to happen, what's being offered. We're going to clarify that. Could have been getting you to try to believe in other possibilities, more dreamy possibilities for your life, or different groups to be in. And I think once the North Node meets Neptune there and they start to get closer in their conjunction, there will be this surge of like heading in that direction of that 11th house. New hopes, new dreams. It's going to be new groups that you're associated with and everything, because the South Node is going to be in your 5th house. And so remember, I don't know if I was talking to you about that, but now I am, okay? Because South Node is going to be in your 5th house. So there might be some old habits from childhood or from when you were younger. I can look at the South Node in the 5th house as like needing to mature in certain areas. And so some of you, your friend group is going to change into a group that helps you on a new mission with the North Node in the 11th house. What's the guidance? The 5 of Cups. Feel the feels, feel the disappointment of you moving on. That is the guidance, okay? Clarify the Page of Pentacles here. Yeah, and Pluto going through your 10th house. Yeah, some of you are about to be, public figures or something. Didn't I say that to Taurus? Didn't I say that? Okay. The Emperor in reverse here. And the Gate. Yes. It's like, okay, Page of Pentacles is offering the Emperor in reverse, right? And on the bottom of the deck is the Gate, almost like a portal, almost like you stepping into something, almost like a rite of passage type of thing. Some of you could even be leaving a business or something that you had and joining something, or taking your business in another direction. Okay? Gate and the Four of Swords. What is being offered? The 7 of Cups. Yeah, and the Magician. Something else is opening up. Something's opening up. Something else is opening up. 7 of Cups, that's options. The Magician, that's like, oh, where was all this before? Okay? You're going to be with new groups. Some of you, like I said, you're going to be in a new job. You're going to be in a new job. The South Node just went through your 6th house. Some of you, a health thing brought this on. It was the trigger. Clarify the 5 of Cups' guidance. The Knight of Pentacles. Take it slow. The Tower. Things are about to change. Okay? Take it slow. It's okay to feel the sadness or disappointment with the 5 of Cups. Take it easy with the Knight of Pentacles, Taurus. But things are going to change. The Tower. Things are about to shift with that North Node in your 11th house. That's directional. That's like hopes and dreams. Like it's shifting. The Tower and the 10 of Pentacles. Why is the 10 of Pentacles significant in this reading? Because that's where the South Node is going to be. 29 degrees of Virgo is the 10 of Pentacles. Something has gotten too heavy in the material world for us all. We see that collectively. We can just turn on any news station. I wouldn't advise it, but you could just see that. I mean, go on social media, go on TikTok. The people tired. Okay. For some of you, this could also be some type of habits. Okay, let me touch on that real quick because the South Node is leaving your 6th house. That's a health house, but also the 5th house can be a house of indulgence, like play, fun, but too much. Okay, so that could be shifting for you, especially if this is a continuation of a health journey that may have started off as physical and then went into a spiritual health journey with the North Node having been transiting through your 12th house for the past year and a half. Okay, and now some of you might join a group to further get that support. Okay, that's what I have for you. I appreciate you. I love you. I pray these messages find you well, help, and heal. Till next time, we're going to get to Gemini. All right, Gemini, a Gemini. Okay. Mars retrograde is happening now in your 2nd house, but it just went through your 3rd house where you could have had some frustrations around the mind, the way that you think, communities, online communities, your car, short distance traveling, something that maybe you were writing, a course, small course that you could have been taking, have been moving slow, or you're feeling frustrated, not getting the concepts. Okay, and you have Mars retrograding now in your 2nd house of assets. So now we're starting to touch on frustrations about what we have. Okay, I think you need to be careful about comparing yourself to other people. Okay, because Mars naturally rules your 11th house of groups, associations, the collective, and Chiron's there. So you have a wounding there as far as groups, the collective, hopes, dreams, aspirations, the direction of your life. So there could be some frustration coming in when it comes to that. Where were you first compared in your life? Who did that to you first and made you feel less than? Okay, so just some food for thought if that's a thing. Black Moon Lilith is also now in your 6th house, or it will be like 3 days from now, in your 6th house. So, and there's a lot of activity going on in your 10th house. So for some of you, this is about work. Okay, for some of you, this is definitely about work, and North Node is going into your 10th house. Damn, hell yes, about work. It's about how you look, status, reputation, your image, right? So this Mars retrograding into your 2nd house is going to really help you see how maybe you have been connecting these two, like what you have or what you don't have, and then putting so much weight on that. Like, you know, I don't know, feeling like you're less than in society or something because of what you have or what you haven't acquired yet. All right, so pay attention to that triggering, and then you're going to have to trace that back. Where did you feel that first? Who compared you first in your life? Who made you feel like that first? Okay, it's not real. Okay, and now, okay, so the North Node is going to your 10th house, which means South Node is going to go into your 4th house. Who made you feel like that first? The fourth house for you is your home. It's the mother. It's your family. It's the childhood. It's the way that you feel inside that is making you, that is creating this projection in the 10th house that people are seeing. Okay. 9 of Cups here. We have the Knight of Cups. What's happening here for my Geminis? What's happening for my Geminis? 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. So I feel like some of you, you're going to stop holding yourself back. You're going to stop letting your family hold you back, or whatever it is at home that's holding you back, or those feelings that you feel about yourself. You're going to stop letting that hold you back. Yep. The Tower and the 7 of Wands. You're really about to push through that. Okay. Some of you, there's a career that you want, a certain job or something like that, or you want to be seen a certain way, but you have to be authentic on the inside. And the South Node in the 4th house is going to help you with that. Next thing to happen is the Fool. A new beginning. 3 of Swords on the bottom of the deck, but you got to get to the wounding first. You got to go there. Justice. That's where the South Node is right now. It's finishing up. That's in your 5th house. That could be childhood again. Whew. Certain friends and groups. Were they making you feel out of place? What's the guidance? The Moon in reverse. And the Lovers. With the Queen of Swords here. Yeah. So watch your emotions around this time. Because I feel like for you, the wounding can get very deep. Clarify the Moon in reverse. One more card. The 10 of Wands. Very heavy. That's Sagittarius. That's the 7th house. That's one-on-one relationships. Remember, we have that powerful Mercury retrograde there. Mercury is still in Sag. It's not even going to move into Capricorn until January 8th. And then it's going to oppose the Moon, who is in reverse in your reading. So, be mindful of your triggering and how you go off or how you express it, because it could get really deep. The Sun is in your 8th house. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Gemini. I'm going to go ahead and get to Cancer. I appreciate you guys. I pray these messages find you well, help, and heal. Please hit the like button. Cancerians, this is happening. The Mars retrograde is in your 1st house. It's in your 1st house. Oh, I just heard who hurt you. Who hurt you? Okay. And we're going to have that full moon in your 1st house, and the Sun's going to be in your 7th house. I'll give you a little hint. The Sun is illuminating your 7th house. It's the relationships. Okay. That's just my little hint of foreshadow. I'm not going to do the full moon horoscope in this reading. I'll do that in another one. But Mars retrograde in your 1st house is really like who hurt you. Okay, because you have Mars retrograding in your 2nd house of Leo. That's a self-worth house. So you were already because we had a Mars Pluto opposition there too. So something about your self-worth was already triggered with this Mars. And now this same Mars is going back into your 1st house, where it's getting a little bit more personal. Who did it? Who was the first person? Okay. Who was the first person? And Mars naturally rules your 10th house, where Chiron is. So this naturally affects the way that you will put yourself out into the world. You could be projecting a wounded self, a person who is unsure or uncertain. Especially in terms of career, or again, your public image or your status in life, where you are or where you think you should be. Okay, let's start getting some of your cards out here. Now, the North Node is going to go into your 9th house later this week. It's getting spiritual for you. You're about to redefine your concepts on life, your philosophies on life, and this is going to be a major key for you. Okay? And at that time, the South Node is going to be in the 3rd house for you. All that practical thinking, all that, it got to make sense. That's not your journey anymore. The North Node in the 9th house, what are your philosophies on life? What's your faith? What's your spirituality? What you believe in? What principles, what higher principles govern your life? What's the next thing to happen? The Hermit. And what's the guidance? Some of y'all are going to start dancing, taking a dancing class or something. I'm here. I like to move and move. Your guidance is the King of Wands, 8 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Your vision is changing. Your vision is changing what you want out of life. And that's because your philosophy is about to change. North Node going through your 9th house. South Node moving through the 3rd house and is leaving your 4th house. The South Node was in your 4th house, transforming again that wound in the private life, that wound of how you feel that affects how we see you out here in the 10th house. Now, child, the Devil in reverse, Page of Wands in reverse, and the Lovers out here. It's the relationships, okay? How they speak. Okay, Mercury is in your 7th house and it's opposing you, the moon. You are the moon. Cancer rules the moon. It's in your 1st house and it's going to oppose that Mercury in your 7th house. Something's not gelling when it comes to communication, how these partners communicate with you. And with Mars trining Neptune, I feel like you are able to see this from a higher perspective, especially when the node goes in there and starts to conjunct Neptune. It's like these God philosophies just start to make sense, you know? It might even help you, Cancer, in justifying, or what's the opposite of that? Unjustifying how people have been treating you. When the North Node goes into that 9th house and conjuncts Neptune, you're like, wait a fucking minute. Like, this ain't right. This is blatantly wrong. Like, the way you're talking to me is blatantly wrong. Like, you know, so pay attention. Pay attention to the wounding. Clarify the Hermit is the next thing to happen. The Hierophant. Ooh-wee. And the 9 of Wands. Hierophant can indicate relationships too. Structures, marriages. All right. The Hermit and the Hierophant here, you're going within to redefine like how you live your life. Again, the Hierophant, I think, can also be the only difference, I think, between the Hierophant and the High Priestess is that the High Priestess is more secular, is more worldly. The Hierophant is more practical, is more by the book. And with the North Node going into Pisces, that's what having to lean more into. Yeah. So you're about to redefine, like, literally all the concepts and philosophies that like run your life, that govern the way you move through life. Now, if this is more in the mundane sense, some of you could be going back to school. Some of you could be taking a course. Some of you could be taking an online course from an international school or something like that. Some of you could be traveling internationally, learning about new cultures, immersing yourself in new cultures, getting new experiences, which again will also aid in helping you change your philosophy on life. Okay, how you view it. Clarify the King of Wands as guidance. The Sun. Oh my gosh. You better stand in your truth. That North Node in your 10th house just did something, okay? The confidence. I'm hearing, can't hold me back, okay? That South Node in the 4th house. Some people were projecting their insecurities onto you. You're giving it back. By the time the North Node goes into Pisces, you're giving it back. And even though Chiron is still sitting there at the top of your sky in the 10th house, wounding, right? Chiron is our wounding. I think the North Node conjuncting Neptune is very powerful. You have God on your side. Literally. Like that's how I feel about it. You have God on your side. And these relationships, whatever they are, whoever they are, they better get with it. You have God on your side. And now you're seeing, like, wait a minute, this shit ain't right. You're seeing things from a higher perspective, as you should. Show up in all of your power and all of your truth and see how, I mean, don't show up abusing your power, right? But I don't get that. I don't get that from this energy. Show up in all of your power and all of your truth and see the reactions that you get. Don't do it for reactions. Do it because it's just who you are, but pay attention this week, okay? I will catch y'all in the Cancer full moon video. I think that's the next one I'm gonna do. All right, moving on to Leo. I'm gonna post the I'm gonna try to link the playlist that I'm listening to, because I don't know. I'm a musician, so I like to give credit where credit is due. All right, let me light an incense. A little 2-minute break. Make sure you guys go back and hit the like button when you go back to watch the playback. It happened like this the last time I went. I was like, dang, it's only like 1 like. And then I went back and everybody, you know, most people liked it on the playback. So I totally get that. It's a random middle of the day time. So no biggies. Just a friendly reminder. Okay. Leo. How's it feel? Mars is done retrograding in your sign for now. I mean, it's not gonna retrograde in your sign, but it is gonna go back once he goes forward, but he'll be more powerful. Now he's in your 12th house. And okay, no. I think for you, I have to talk about the vibration of it in your first house, which could have seen you be frustrated. It was on display. We saw it, you know. People in your relationships could have felt it, especially that Mars-Pluto opposition. Any tensions in your relationships were made aware. You were made aware of. Now, Mars going into your 12th house is going to get deeper. Now it's like, well, why? Why are we so frustrated about that? It's going into your subconscious mind. Okay. And then you have the North Node leaving your 9th house and going back into your 8th house of shared finances, resources, so on and so forth. Now, what that means is that the South Node is going to be in your 2nd house of assets, like your own assets, and also your self-worth. There is a push, okay, to go more into either a deeper experience in life, because the 8th house is Scorpio's territory, is very deep. So to have a more spiritual, deeper life experience, Virgo just went through that. You could talk to them. Or to actually lean into resources that may be available to you. Okay. And with the South Node in your 2nd house, this is leaning more away from your assets and resources and leaning more into shared resource or finances here. Okay. For some of you, this could indicate some type of contract that's coming through, because you do have Pluto in your 7th house of contracts, right? You have Jupiter in your 11th house. So it could very much be that you're entering into a period of some type of great contract that's going to pay off for you. Or investments as well. Okay. Some of you could be leaning into investments. Okay. But I feel like that other, the latter stuff is more mundane, and they're pulling me more towards the broad spiritual, explanation of it all. And Mars retrograde in that 12th house, trining Neptune in the 8th house, could really show you subconsciously what has been blocking you from having a deeper experience in life. Okay. The sun is in your 6th house. It could have something to do with routines as well. Your daily life, the daily grind. Or you could just have had people around you, as far as communities, could be even work, colleagues, right? Who have not respected like the way that you feel or the way that you think or your ideas, or you know what I'm saying? And maybe that has made it, maybe you have been wanting to get, more spiritual, because the North Node was in your 9th house. You were changing your concepts on life. You were going more into spirituality. That's a God house, it's the house of Sag. But maybe you didn't have that support around you, So this makes sense though. Like the North Node going into the 8th house is going to bring you towards relationships you can trust. Like they're not going to hold it over your head. The shared resource or whatever it is, the joint thing. Because the 8th house is a together house. It's a house closeness. It's a financial house too. Okay. 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, yes, 6 of okay, yeah. Jupiter's in your 11th house, albeit it is retrograde, but it is trying to expand your networks and things like that. And I see that. Yeah, South Node in the 2nd house. If there was something that you were needing funding for or something, but you couldn't fund it yourself, right? Or the communities that you were a part of, they're not going to get you there. I think you're coming into some connections. Okay. Some of you coming into some money. Okay. Coming into some shared connection or a business partner or something like that. But Mars retrograding in that 12th house is got to, I think, undo maybe some type of subconscious patterning to help you believe that something is actually possible, that you can get the big contractor, What's the next thing to happen? The Wheel of Fortune, fate, destiny, the 9 of Pentacles. Yes, that you can have it. But the South Node was in your 3rd house. So some of you, it was the communities. You can't be a part of that community anymore, though. You needed new people. North Node is going to wrap that up this week before it switches to Pisces. And then you have the World, guidance. Wrap it up. Strength card. There you are. Wrap it up. Have the courage to go ahead and just wrap whatever the rest of this stuff is up with these communities. Yeah, 6 of Swords. That is about leaving the drama. 6 of Swords is Aquarius. That's your 7th house. These relationships, these connections, these communities. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune before we move on. The 3 of Swords and the 4 of Cups. Yeah, this is a part of life, and this is a part of your journey, is what I'm hearing. Like the 3 of Swords. Some people might get hurt. This is Libra. This is your 3rd house where the South Node is leaving. So I'm going to say that could be communities that you're a part of. For some of you, it could be siblings. For some of you, it could be an online community. Okay. Some of you, it could be somewhere where you've always been, right? Because South Node in the 3rd house reminds me of like staying in your comfort zone, like your own neighborhood or your hometown or something. Okay, in the world, some of you are like completing a move, an international move. Congratulations. Yep, the World and the 9 of Wands, you're wrapping up a very tough cycle with the 9 of Wands here. But with the High Priestess, you followed your heart through this cycle. Continue to do it. Continue to do it. Because we're at the tail end of this. Wrapping up. Like they just you have a theme of wrapping up, wrapping up, wrapping up. It might still feel hard, but keep doing it. Especially with Mars going into Cancer, okay? Yep, look, High Priestess cut the deck again, and the 6 of Swords is there. Follow your heart. Keep going. All right. That's what I have for you, Leo. Let's go ahead and get to Virgo. I appreciate you, Leo. I pray these messages find you well, help, and heal. Please don't forget to hit the like button. as you catch the playback. I do appreciate you. Okay, we got 4 more to go. We're on Virgo. And I'm actually feeling, because I cleaned my decks today, so I'm going to switch her out, honey. Okay, I'm feeling this one. I was visualizing this deck. So Virgo, you get the new deck. Let me get some water. Okay. Woo, Virgo. We gonna start talk, okay? Because Mars is retrograding now in your 11th house of friends, associations, the direction of your life, hopes, dreams, groups. Did I miss anything? Humanity, the people. I mean, it's the house of Aquarius. It's retrograding there. There is frustration there. There is a wound there. But first, Mars was retrograding in your 12th house, the subconscious mind. And you have also been one who has had the North Node in the 8th house, right? Trying to have a deeper experience. And now the North Node is going into your 7th house, is about to bring in those relationships to match the deeper experience that you want to have. Mars retrograde in the 11th house, I think, is going to go ahead and finish up getting rid of anybody in that friend group, anyone, any association, any dreams, any direction in life that is not in alignment with the deeper experience in life. Okay. Your relationships, okay, are in Piscean energy, right? And with Neptune there, yeah, they can be kind of cloudy, dreamy, yes, but they can be too watery. All right, Neptune's going to leave there soon. But before that, the North Node is going to conjunct Neptune in Pisces. Pay attention, because that's going to go exact next week. But I think that that's going to help you see who is actually beneficial in moving you forward in life. Like who has the vibration that you need to keep around you. They support your dreams. It's an equal balance of, supporting the dreams, but not being too delusional. They help you dream. They help you, really be in that energy. Okay. And for some of you, some of your friends don't do that. Okay. I'm just saying. Now, with the North Node in the 7th house, the South Node going to be in your sign. There's going to be either, this can be, I feel, themes of you overly sacrificing yourself, or just being in relationship with the wrong people. Now, for some of you, and you just going to have to be honest with yourself and be accountable, it could be showing you some of your, darker tendencies that you need to let go of. 7 of Swords out here. The 2 of Wands. And the Sun is in your 5th house. So friends are highlighted. Justice. What's the next thing to happen? The Queen of Wands in reverse. The Knight of Wands is the guidance. Bottom of the deck is the Hangman. It's Piscean energy. Okay. Yeah, Mars naturally rules your 8th house too. I think you're just sick of having people around you who they don't match your imagination. They don't match your passion. Okay. But have you been true to yourself? You know what I'm saying? We attract people based off of who we are, not what we want, right? So you have also seen, and you may see more when the South Node goes into your 1st house, how something vibrationally has attracted these people. And again, it could, for you, have to do with maybe not feeling sure of yourself, not feeling sure about, your spirituality or the deep things you want to talk about. You know, you have Chiron in the 8th house, how passionate you are, having a wound around that. Oh, maybe I shouldn't be, it's too much. No. And then you start taming yourself down and diluting yourself, South Node in the 1st house. That's what they don't want you to do. They want you to merge into relationships that don't require you to do that. Okay. So yeah, 7 of Swords, 2 of Wands, and Justice. Like I said, you're going to start to see who is not in alignment with the path forward. But at the same time, there will be people who are in alignment with your path forward. Okay. Clarify the Queen of Wands in reverse. The Sun. Yes. Okay. Where's the Sun for you right now? It is in your 5th house, but it actually rules your 12th house. And the King of Swords here. So, everyone, Mars retrograde is pointing us back to a wound. And because it's in Cancer, it is connected to the mother, feminine energies, the family, the grandmothers, the maternal energy. Who's made you not feel sure of yourself? Queen of Wands in reverse and the Sun is going to be illuminated. Now, for some of you, it might be illuminated through friends or something like that, but that ain't the root of it. That ain't the root of it, though. It might be illuminated through that. A trigger can be illuminated through other people, but they don't have to be the root cause of it. Okay, clarify the Knight of Wands. I'm on Virgo, guys, and I have Libra, Scorpio, and Sag. The Knight of Wands. Listen, Knight of Wands and the 7 of Wands is your guidance, and the Chariot on the bottom of the deck. You're going to stand up for yourself, and you're going to surprise people. You're going to be very assertive. Mars retrograde in that 11th house. Because you've had some time. Mars retrograding through that 12th house. You was thinking about a lot. You kept it in. You kept it in. The Tower. That's Scorpio and Aries. Yeah. You're not going to let this wounding control you anymore or make you feel small. Now, I must say, you might agitate some people. I don't think you should do it on purpose. Don't antagonize people. But if you just being yourself, you standing up for yourself, you got to, is what it is. That's for them to deal with. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Cancerians. I love you. I pray these messages find you will help and heal. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Feel free to stick around. Did I say Cancerians? This is not a reading for Cancerians. That was Virgo. What am I talking about? Okay. All right. I'm going to Libra. Libra. All right. Mars is going retrograde now in your 10th house, career. Okay, it was retrograde in your 11th house, friends, groups, associations. This is connected. Okay, this retrograde is connected because the houses flow into each other. So whatever happened in the 11th house is just continuing into the 10th house, where it is getting a little bit more personal because it's in Cancer, and Cancer is connected to the mother, the moon, the family, the maternal energy. Now, there's definitely been some tension within the friend groups or associations that you are a part of. And I'm going to double down on that because Mars is retrograding into your 10th house, which can be a house of work, your reputation, your public image, your status, how we see you. Okay. And then the North Node is entering your work house, another work house for you, the 6th house, your daily life. That's your daily life, the 6th house. North Node is entering there. It's going to change. It's going to change. Now, I like that. Okay, Mars, is connected to your 7th house. It rules your 7th house. This has everything to do with your one-on-one relationships. Okay. Some of you could have a job change. I said that also to, who was that? North Node in the, whoever had North Node in the 10th house. I'm saying it to you as well. North Node going into your 6th house. You could have a job change. Health could become a top priority to you. Yes. Okay. You're about to have, yes, North Node in the 6th house. I'm like, wait a minute. I literally just went through that. That's literally where the nodes, oh my God, North Node has been going through my 6th house. You could definitely have job changes. Honestly, this is going to be about also getting out of your own way. South Node in the 12th house, getting out of that subconscious mind. Like, you know, thinking you have to be perfect, okay? Because you could be bringing these people-pleasing tendencies to your work or something like that. And it's actually having the reverse effect. Like, it's not, it wouldn't make people, you know, it sounds so harsh, but I just feel like it's not going to make people like you, you know? Or it's going to create fake relationships. And you had the North Node moving through your 7th house of relationships. Okay. What's the next thing to happen? The Justice card. That's good. That's Libra. What's the guidance? The World in reverse. Bottom of the deck is the Creator card saying no. Okay. Clarify the Tower in reverse. The 5 of Wands. Yeah, there's some type of tension. 5 of Wands is clarifying the Tower in reverse. 2 of Pentacles. Where's Mercury for you? It's in your 4th house, opposite the Moon in your 10th house. Yeah. I don't know. There's something going on with work for you guys. Are you in the, are you where you want to be really? Like, are you in the field that you really want to be in? Because, oh, there's tension there. There's tension in work. Where's Gemini for you? Okay. You might be outgrowing a job, a position. And it might be, I hope y'all not dumbing yourselves down or diluting yourself, right? Because let me just give an example. I'm just do that. I'm getting an example of, like, you have a boss, right? You have a superior. You know more than this superior. And that intimidates them. And you see that, and instead of you standing in all your power, you act like you don't know certain things, or you, oh, whoa, they tell you something, you act like, oh, wow, I didn't know that, but really you knew it way before they did. It's like, that's the type of vibe that I'm getting here. That cannot continue. North Node in the 6th house is like gonna force you to show up in your daily life. Okay. Clarify the next thing that happened is the Justice card. Now, there could also be some healing conversations. Wow. Justice in the 7 of Pentacles with the 10 of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Before I talk about that, tell me about this Page of Wands and Temperance, please. 7 of Wands in reverse. Okay. So I feel like so watch your reactions, right? I mean, Mars is retrograding into Cancer. It's still in an opposition to Pluto, although it's not exact anymore. Watch your reactions, okay? Emotional reactions from you, or it could be from other people. Especially for you guys, it can be from people from work. Excuse me. There can also be hidden enemies shown to you at work, from work, okay? With the 7 of Pentacles and Justice here, I do feel like y'all are going to be making a decision that you might not be anticipating right now. That makes sense to me. We're going to be in different vibrations. The nodes haven't switched yet. Saturn hasn't gone into Aries yet. Neptune hasn't gone into Aries yet. You won't be feeling the same way then that you feel now. There is something that you are going to be contemplating, the Justice card and the Seven of Pentacles, and it could start coming into your awareness this week, okay? We need to be paying attention to everything that is happening in Cancer because we're about to have a full moon there. And what is that for you? Your 10th house, work, career, reputation, public image, and your status. Something's changing. Clarify the world in reverses guidance. The Eight of Pentacles. There's some unfinished business at work. There's some unspoken feelings. There's some things that maybe you are having to get off of your chest. Okay. Oh, wow. But look at that. Page of Cups in the Creator card saying no. Okay. I think for a lot of you, this is a shift in getting more in alignment with your dream job, what you really want to be doing. Okay. But first, Mars is going to retrograde into this 10th house, and we're going to have to address some wounding here. Okay. And that wounding, I think for you guys, first came from some one-on-one relationships that you had. Okay. Which could, again, very well be connected to childhood, the mother. Okay. You got to trace it back. Cancer is lineage. Okay. That's what I have for you, Libra. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get to Scorpio. I appreciate you, Libra. I pray these messages find you well, help, and heal. Please don't forget to hit the like button. I appreciate you. Okay, Scorpio. All right, Mars is retrograding for us in the 9th house now. Okay. And at first, it was in the 10th house. So there could have been some frustrations about, our career status, where we are, how we're seen, our reputation. And now it's going back into the 9th house, the God house, the philosophies, our faith. Okay. And it's connected to our 6th house because that's Aries, and that's who naturally, that's who's associated with Mars, excuse me. So Chiron is there. There's been a work wound, and there could have been, what I get this as, Scorpio, is like we're healing this wound of believing in ourselves, trusting in our knowledge, trusting in ourselves, trusting and like our ability to lead our life, to govern our life, to lead anything. The sun is in the 3rd house, to lead a community for some people. Okay. The North Node has been in our 6th house, helping us heal that work wound, get more powerful in our daily life, on our jobs, wherever that might be. And now it's going into the 5th house. Some of you, with the North Node transit in your 6th house, you became entrepreneurs, or you now know that's the route for you. Okay? You switched jobs a lot. South Node in the 12th house. You got your ass out the house, and got out into the world. And, a lot of us really healed something in that 6th house, or we're still working on healing it because Chiron is there, but we got a lot. We gained a lot. That North Node hits your 5th house. I am just I just love the vibration of that for us, because I think we've had a lot of the hardest time, a lot of the fixed signs. I think we've had a very hard time leaning into all of this faith and getting back to our imaginations. And man, like, this is just so personal, man, because the world can really take that shit away from you. Like, the world can really take your imagination away if you let it. Some of us let it. And I feel like this North Node in Pisces is what we need. It is our permission now. And it's in our 5th house. Bitch, what? Like, it is our permission now to go for it. You better go all in. You better be imaginative. In your 5th house? Stop. Okay, now, what that also means is that the South Node is going to be in your 11th house. The people pleasing, okay? You're going to be moving away from certain groups. okay? Certain online communities. As you start to express yourself more, as you start to come into more freely expressing yourself, freely tapping into your creativity. But also, let's just not like, it might take you away from society as a status quo, as like a monolith, right? Because it's like Virgo, and it also might take you away from feeling like you have to be perfect in front of people. That was my thing. I just love this for Scorpio, because it's going to invite you to have fun. It's going to invite us to lighten up, express yourself. Who gives a fuck if they're judging, and 9 times out of the 10 they ain't. Okay. Talk to me for Scorpio. The Devil in reverse, as I'm looking at your 3rd house of Capricorn. Whoa. The world. What's the next thing to happen here for Scorpio? The 2 of Swords, and what's the guidance? You got a decision coming up. The Creator card saying no. Oh my God, how clear is that? Oh my God. And the 2 of Wands. So you have a decision, a life direction, a life changing direction. I don't even know how. You have a decision coming up that could possibly change the direction of your life. Okay. Wow. Oh my God. Okay. Clarify the Devil in reverse. The High Priestess. Okay. This is what I'm saying. So a lot of you were leaving things that, again, didn't make sense. They didn't resonate anymore. They felt toxic to your being. And so you follow your intuition. You left them. You might not have known where it was leading you. This is what I'm saying. Some of you, it was a job. It was daily shit. Okay. And now this is going into your 5th house. It's about to make more sense. When the North Node conjuncts Neptune, oh, that's why I had to leave that job. Because I just got this $1 million idea for my business. Like, okay. Clarify the Page of Pentacles. Listen. I feel like I've been talking about this way before I knew that the nodes were going into Pisces. Okay. Anyways, Page of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. Oh, okay. I think I see where they're going with this. Clarify the World. Judgment. Hierophant and the King of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. Clarify the 2 of Swords. What's this decision? I think the 8 of Swords in reverse. This ain't even something you're going to have to think about, okay? Strength card and the 3 of Swords. This could be, okay, something. I feel like a decision is coming in that, an offer is coming in that might not be, it might match an old vibration that you went through. So honestly, this could be a test, and this could be something that comes through before the nodes switch to Pisces. Okay. So this would mean for a lot of you guys, this could be something about work. Okay. Tell me more about that. Okay. The Star here, King of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. Clarify the guidance. The Creator card saying no. 7 of Pentacles. Got it. Got it. Stay on your path. Stay on your path. Because Scorpio, a thing that happens with you guys, with us, is we can be on our path, be focused, have our vision, and then other people come in. South Node going into your 11th house, or South Node was in your 12th house, hidden fucking enemies. Okay. But now it's going into your 11th house. They ain't so hidden anymore. All right. Stop letting people take you off your path. Stop letting people tell you what your life's supposed to be. The lesson that's coming through with the North Node wrapping up in your 6th house. Do you own yourself? Do you own your everyday life? We should have been acquiring this power and authority and autonomy and sovereignty over our everyday lives. That was the point. Now, something could be coming in that threatens that. Okay, i.e., that job that you left that was super stressful, that was eating at your spirit every day. I'm just giving an example. Toxic ass boss want to come back and say they need you back. No, that's self-sabotage. We've got to stop doing it. South Node wrapping up in the 12th house. Don't do it to yourself again. You're on a nice path. You got it. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense now. Remember, we won't be in this vibration's literally about to change at the end of this week. At least just hold on to then. Till the nodes hit that 5th house, Scorps. Okay. All right. Y'all know me. I'm not yelling at you. Okay. I love you. That's what I have for you. I gotta wrap this up. Okay. Let me get to Sagittarius. I love you, Scorpio. I pray these messages find you well, help, and heal. Please don't forget to hit the like button on the playback. All right. I know I did this like middle of the late top of the day. It's a moon day. I know a lot of people are going back to work in the States and people back in school. I get it. So please hit the like button on the playback, guys. I appreciate that. All right, Sag, you're my last one. Let me cleanse the palate. Okay. Mars was retrograding in your 9th house of your philosophies. That's actually the house that you naturally rule. I call it the God house. It was retrograding there, but now it is retrograding in your 8th house, okay? Deep life experiences, but also shared resources between you and other people, you and institutions, you, your job, okay? You and things you get from the government, stuff like that. Now, Mars naturally rules your 5th house, okay? Some of you, this could have something to do with children. This could also have something to do with childhood, okay? Something that you are healing in reference to childhood. And for some of you, trigger warning, that could be a sexual wound, okay? Both, because I say that only because the 8th house and 5th house can be sexual, okay? Now, something else I also want to focus on is the North Node is leaving your 5th house. It was there, and while it was there, you could have really found yourself leaning more into your own self-expression, your entrepreneurial endeavors, maybe even having more fun, because the South Node was in your 11th house of groups and associations. And, so maybe all of us were on some sort of solo journey with the North Node being in Aries, some sort of journey of reclaiming our autonomy, our independence, our sovereignty over our own lives and destiny. Okay. Now it's going into your 4th house, where it's getting deep. It is redefining who you are at your very core, at your heart, in your private life. Who are you? It is less now. It has become less about your image because the South Node is going into your 10th house. This is just the way it's set up for you. It has become less about your job and your status and your public image and all that. Not that it's not important and we're not proud of you because of that, but the universe wants you to focus more on that 4th house. In fact, some of you might find that you are at home more, that life might happen in such a way that you're at home more. Okay, South Node in your 10th house of work, working from home, some of you. Okay, Pluto going through your 3rd house. All right, let's get your spread out. All right, Strength card in reverse. And you had Mars retrograding through your 9th house, so that could have definitely been impacting travel. The Hangman here. And the Knight of Wands in reverse. Oh, yeah, you're slowing down. They are slowing you down. the Knight of Wands in reverse, Strength card in reverse, and the Hangman upright. Watch your anger and frustration, because that's literally Mars retrograde laid out for us right there. Knight of Wands in reverse, Strength card in reverse, where Mars just left. And where's the South Node? And the South Node, Justice. That's where the South Node is in Libra right now. But it's going to switch. It's going to switch. What's the next thing to happen for Sag? The Mother Star saying yes, but it's in reverse, so no. And what's the guidance? The Empress, Roman 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. I'm hearing that new Kendrick song on his album, that Luther, where he sampled Luther Vandross, If This World Were Mine. Ace of Cups here. Okay, give me a second. Let me sit with the energy. Rejection. I get it. I get it. This wound, I feel like for some of you, has to do with rejection. And it could definitely stem from a rejection that you faced in childhood, Chiron in the 5th house. I think you are being asked, and this is why, listen, okay? Because the North Node, once it conjuncts Neptune in your 4th house, is really going to give you some deep insights as to who you are from the inside, Sag, okay? The Empress, from the inside. That's why the South Node is in your 10th house. We don't care no more how you look. We know you beautiful and sexy and fine and pretty and fashionable and successful. We know. But who are you on the inside? We want to get to know that. The universe knows who you are on the inside, and it wants you to share that beauty with us. But it's more important first that you get to know that beauty yourself. North Node in the 4th house. Talk to Capricorn. They're finishing up that transit. It's more important that you get to know who you are yourself. And do the people close to you know who you really are and how you've changed over the years? And, maybe you need to redefine yourself there. And I'm going to be honest, you could face rejection. But I also feel like the North Node in the 4th house will bring in soul families. Even if it ain't your blood family, North Node in the 4th house can definitely bring in soul tribes. Okay. Just clarify a couple things. Knight of Wands. Yeah, Queen of Wands in reverse. This is like rejection. The Devil on the bottom of the deck. But it's like, who's rejecting you though? I feel like the universe wants you to ask yourself that if you face rejection, like with the Empress here as your guidance, you're gonna have to find your beauty from within. Who's rejecting you though? Like, that's what I heard. Okay. And they made me like do the lip thing, like, but who is it though? Does it matter? Okay, clarify the Mother Star in reverse. The 8 of Swords. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, the next thing to happen, the Mother Star in reverse. The Mother Star upright says yes on this card. In reverse, you can assume it means no. And then the 8 of Swords in the Tower. Do not spiral if you get rejected. In fact, oh my God, it was 2/22/22 when I said that. In fact, if you get rejected, you need to use it as a teaching moment. That is your cue to go within. Who did this to me first? When was the first time I experienced this? Who rejected me? For a lot of you, it's going to lead you to childhood or a very, very first relationship that you had. But even that one is connected to something before its time. Clarify the guidance as the Empress. So that star in reverse saying no could literally be rejection. And then the 8 of Swords is that it ruminates. Let's get to this guidance with the Empress. If that happens, you have to go within. That is the whole point. Clarify the Empress. The Magician here. The 8 of Cups. in the Tower. You will have to find your magic from within. And that's your journey. That is your new mission, Sagittarius. The North Node through the 4th house, South Node in the 10th house. We know you pretty. We know you're beautiful. We know you're fine. We know you're successful. We see your status. We respect it. We love it. But it's now time, but we can't lead with that anymore. North Node in the 4th house. And whatever is attached to that South Node in the 10th house, it's going to have to go too. So the people who are overly superficial and the people who make you overly identify with your image and less with who you are on the inside are going to go. Okay. North Node in the 4th house. You will have to discover now your magic from the inside out. And the universe is supporting you. The universe got your back on this. Okay, but you got to go there. All right. Okay. That's what I have for everybody. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. If you came into the live, I know it was so random, middle of the day, people at work, people at school, you know, but it just worked for me. And so I just want to do it. If you catch it later, please do me a favor and hit the like button. I appreciate that. Like I said, I want to start doing the What to Expect live as much as I can. So it right now is seeming to fall between Sunday evening and Monday, like afternoons. You know, I'm open to suggestions and feedback of, you know, time changes or whatever. But right now that's where it's been. So I appreciate you guys. I love you. I'll timestamp it after everything is processed. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget, please get the likes up because a lot of you came through in the live. And I know sometimes I forget to hit the like button. Why not go on people's videos? I just get captured by the content and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to like the video, you know, but I like to support people and I appreciate you guys' support. So till next time, y'all, I talk too much. Love you. Bye.